Hey guys, Trail Killer here. Today we are going to talk about cinch buckles. We're going to take the heavy metal ones that were on my hammock off and put titanium ones on, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're also going to talk about Kevlar straps versus nylon straps, and overall saving maybe 3 ounces total just doing that. Not to mention the Dutch clip that is sewn onto these Kevlar straps and the normal system that you would use to hook up to a tree. So, I mean, even that is going to save a ton of weight. So this is definitely the way to go if you're using a strap system. Some people use whoopies. In fact, I've been messing around with that, so we'll do a later video on that. But right now, this is about straps, cinch buckles, and how much you're going to save weight-wise, and also, the most important thing, how to actually replace the buckles, which is so simple. And I'm sure if you're like me and you're new to this, I was actually freaked out. I didn't want to do it. I looked at this thing on my hammock and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but it's actually really simple. So let's get to it and I'll show you how. The first thing you're going to want to do is take off of this continuous loop. What you'll want to do is you'll want to fiddle around inside where it looks like it's complicated, but it's really not. You're going to want to loosen that up. Once you loosen it up, you basically feed it into itself and it opens up. Okay, this is not a scary process. What you're going to do next, I recommend tying an extra string to this. It'll help feed things through. No fancy knot required, it's not that tough. And you just start pulling it, help feed it through there a little bit, and then you pull it through. And there you have it. So then you'll keep that string in there, and you'll see some hammocks have that guide wire, so you'll leave that through the string. Untie it, and you'll be left with this. Now, this is a recreation. What was on here before was a longer continuous loop. This was what I already replaced it with, and this is an awful job, but when you first see the steel ones, you'll see a lot of wraps. You'll only have to do it once with the Dutch cinch buckle because they make a little indent here for a reason, and you only need one time. So then what you'll do is you'll undo your continuous loop, or keep it on if you have a replacement, because you won't need this or this if it's not a replacement. So let's pretend that we have a replacement. This is my replacement continuous loop, and here is my titanium cinch buckle. You're going to want the fat end to not be on this little location here. So you can feed it through either way, but you just need to make sure that the loop ends up on, actually, we're going to want to do it this way. There we go. So do you see how it fits in? If you do the small side, it fits right in there. Okay? And you're left with that, the fat end. So you'll tie your fat end back onto your string. And you will go through the ridge line, and you'll start pulling it through. Now if you know what, here's where a lot of confusion comes into play, or people that are scared. This is just one big piece that has a sewed in channel that goes all the way around, which is why everything cinches up when you put something small through there. So let's just pull it through so I can show you. See how it cinches up when I start getting it tighter? but you're really just pulling this line back through. Help feed it. And there it is, my two ends. So we'll untie this. And then we will go in through itself again. Make sure it's pretty. You want your stuff kind of tucked in. You'll feel the loop around there. Make sure it's nice and pretty. Kind of like that. Like an inverted flower. You could actually also go inside your hammock and pull a ridge line a little bit tight. And then you're going to pull this tight, and that's all there is to it. That's it. That's it. It's very simple. And then, you know, I got rid of these nylon straps. And we're going to put these Kevlar ones on with the already sewn in Dutch clip. Now, note, he does not recommend using Kevlar with these titanium cinch buckles because you can get some twisting. If you're careful and you pay attention to what you're doing, you'll be fine. If not, just use your regular nylon. You still save a pretty good amount of weight considering how small it is with replacing two. But even more so when you use Kevlar. So my new system is now complete, and that's it. We're good. The nylon 10-foot is 2.22 ounces. Alright, to be fair, measuring the alternative to the nylon, which is the Kevlar, I only have a 12-foot section instead of a 10-foot, which was the nylon. So I'm going to also not weigh the sewn on Dutch clip, and I'll take about 1.5 foot off to be fair. And look, 1.23 ounces. I mean, it's already over an ounce lighter. So that's good stuff there. The difference between the titanium cinch buckle and the regular cinch buckle is almost 1 ounce. It's teetering between 0.95 and 99. And then the titanium one is only 0.39. So that's almost, actually that's less than half also. So you can really lighten things up, and when you multiply that by 2, I mean, you got to really think you're making a great deal of progress in terms of pimping out your hammock. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching Trail Killer. Until next time, peace.